If you're thinking of launching your own business and you think you need expensive tech, knowledge, degrees, well, you're wrong. There's a 3D printing business which you can start with just $2,500. By the end of this video, my goal would be to get you $50,000 from 3D printing business all from your basement. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button if you want to build real income outside of your job. So what's really 3D printing? It's not just sci-fi or magic. It's actually a real opportunity in Canada which allows you to make a lot of money. So let me tell you a story. 2 years ago, I took my grandfather to a dental lab where they took a mold imprint and created a 3D model of their dental braces in one day. This mouth guard printing machine was actually the size of a microwave, and this involved no outsourcing. Just take a mold, design, print, and deliver all in one day. And that's the power of 3D printing. It takes a basic design which you have in mind and turns it into a physical object. So now here's the real question. Can you turn this side hustle into a profitable model? Well, the answer is yes, and I'll show you exactly how. So what's the opportunity in Canada right now? Overall, I've seen the 3D printing market grow 15 to 20% annually. And here's the kicker. The Canadian government wants you to start this as soon as possible. And they're actually willing to support you. There's programs called Futurepreneur which allows you to get $25,000 to $60,000 to start your new business. So yes, the demand, support, and community is all here to support you with this business. But here's the next big question. How much does it really cost to get all of this up and running? Let's break it down line by line. First is the 3D printer. Entry-level 3D printers can cost you anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 to even if you want to go to higher end ones, maybe $10,000. But for our purposes, we'll stick to the cheapest one, which is $1,500. So now if you want to design your own thing, you need a CAD software. This can be free of cost online, or you can actually sign up for a good one, which could cost you $300 a month to even $5,000. So next, what you need is materials. Materials can cost between $20 per kg to $60 per kg. On average, you're going to be using about 2 kg of filament materials, which can roughly work out to $1,200, which is totally manageable. So now comes the branding and website. You can DIY this website under $500 using Canva and WordPress, or you can go to a very expensive one, which can cost you $5,000. But because we're on a budget, we'll stick to our DIY website. Once that is figured out, you should next focus on marketing and ads. I would suggest starting lean and run targeted ad on people who are looking to do custom jewelry or even dental molds. Once you get a $500 budget set up for this, you will start to see a consistent flow of orders, which will get you become profitable. The rest is tools and utilities. Budget around $800 for electricity, supplies, and glue, and rest is definitely manageable. Let me give you a lean example. You start with Prusa i3 $1,300 machine, a Wix website which will cost you around $100, a little bit of branding which costs you around $500, $100 on materials like filament, and all this combined works out to roughly $3,000 to get you started with the branding business. So now you have fully understood how much it takes to get a 3D business started. Now let's look at the other side, which is selling. How much do you need to sell to get a profitable revenue? So I was just scrolling on Reddit the other day and I saw that one of the makers shared that they were doing $9,000 of revenue a month, and he started all from his garage. So it's a great business to be in. So what kind of money are we talking about? Here, I'm going to talk about 4 different types of revenue streams that you should be doing in order to reach your $100,000 target. First would be custom prototypes. Over here, you should be charging about $250 per job in order to reach your desired target. The second would be dental model. Dental models will allow you to charge a little bit more, which is roughly $100 to $500 per job. The third would be listing yourself on Etsy to provide like small items like arts, keychains, figurines, and charge from $40 to $120 per piece. Last but not the least is B2B subscriptions. If you're getting a client that is repeat in nature, you can give them a monthly subscription between $500 to $1,000. This is a great way to keep your client entertained and stick with you. With this, I hope you understand how much the clients are willing to pay for this type of 3D printing business. But before you rush out to buy the printer, let's talk about what are the real pros and cons of starting a 3D business in Canada. No fluff, no hype, just in plain sight, what does it take and how you can make it a successful one. So let's start with some positive points because there's a lot of good ones. So first off, it's a very low startup cost business. Why? Because you don't need factory and investors. You simply need your printer, a garage, some equipment, everything which is very low cost, and you can do it all from your home. On top of this, you don't need large warehouses to store. You basically need to ship it when it's ready. Everything is very, very lean. And finally, the biggest pro is the government support. The Canadian government wants you to open a 3D business in Canada, and they're supporting you through a program called Futurepreneur, which allows you to kickstart your business without any big hassle. Now let's look at the bad parts, well, the cons. This isn't just a plug and play business. You still have a very big learning curve. Why? Because you need to learn CAD software, and if you don't design it well, your print will fail. Another thing you want to worry about is quality control. A tiny error can turn a treasure into trash. The next bad part is selling directly on Amazon and Etsy. May sound simple, but you need digital marketing. You must have experience in SEO in order to bring your product on the first page. Otherwise, it might get lost in overcrowded marketplaces like these. So now you have a full picture. It's not all rainbows, but it's not impossible either. And if you've made it this far, please hit the subscribe button so I can give you more and more informative content like this. But now the most important question, how do you turn this business profitable? Is it really possible to make 100K from a 3D printing business in Canada? The short answer is yes, but not by selling cheap keychains on Etsy. Real money in 3D printing doesn't come easy. It comes with strategic approach, which is what I'm going to guide you through next. First and foremost, you need a clear plan to reach $100,000 a year. This means you need $8,300 in sales in 4 different categories in order to reach that market goal. Second is, keep your team lean. Otherwise, your profitability or path to success will be even far more greater. Third, I want you to focus on low volume but high margin niches. This includes dental, orthotics, or jewelry molds. These are specialized and are well recognized, and they pay really well. Fourth is, don't just print the product. Learn how to design too, because that's how you're gonna turn from a print shop to a product partner. And finally, scale smart. Use automation and AI to do follow-ups, offers to existing and new customers. And once you lock in your repeat clients, add a subscription model to make sure they stay with you in the long run. So here's the final checklist that you should be following in order to run a profitable and successful 3D printing business. First is specialize early and focus on high margin niches. Second is keep your overhead low by operating solo rather than creating a big team. Third is get enrolled into an accounting software like QuickBooks Online or something very simplistic to keep track of your income and expenses. Fourth is leverage Canadian grants, because this will really help you go to the next level with the additional strap of money that you need in order to progress. So there you have it. You now know how to actually set up a 3D printing business. And if you found this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can give you more and more topics like these and business ideas to keep you updated, and so hopefully you can also start your new business very soon. Thanks and have a good day.